Hello, I'm Jennifer O'Cree from the Old Church Store, Champlain, Virginia. Today I'm going to work on a basic woodworking project. I am going to demonstrate how to stain and varnish a horse single tree, and also introduce to you all the materials necessary for this basic woodworking project. See you in a few. In my previous video on basic woodworking, I stained and varnished a wood crate. And so while that's drying, I would like to begin this basic woodworking project on a wood single tree, horse carriage, wagon, what is called a single tree. And it has some hooks on each side made out of cast iron. But I'm just going to touch up this wood part of the single tree. What I have here are horse hanes, and when I found these in an estate sale auction, these were already richly stained. So I want my single tree to look similar to these. So I'm going to set these aside, and let me show you the basic materials needed for staining and woodworking. This is a simple project, and what I've purchased here is wood stain. We're going to use the early American. There are other stains that can be used as well for other projects, traditional cherry, and for the final gloss you can purchase, I'm going to use polyurethane clear gloss. You will need some nice clean cloths, basically some industrial cloths. I use my regular household plastic gloves. You can also purchase extra gloves for stripping, refinishing, and cleaning. And sometimes I wear two pairs. But today, for just basic staining, I'm just going to use one glove. It's best to have nice nylon flat brushes, small, and a basic 2-inch nylon paintbrush, and for larger, flatter areas, a 4-inch. Also, some sandpaper. You can buy this in assorted selection from fine to medium grain, and also to coarse, real coarse. For protective materials as well, besides gloves, you can wear face masks. You can wear goggles to protect your eyes. I also purchased steel wool. You can get this all the way from the finest to the more coarse. The more coarse is a 3, number 3. The finest is 00, number 00, and this is for the last final stage. If you're going to refinish or remove old stain or old varnish from furniture, you can purchase what is called furniture refinisher. It comes in water-based as well if you don't want to get into any toxic fumes. You will need at least one screwdriver to open up the lids of the cans. If you want to remove really heavy gloss and stain, some spatulas is good to have, and a scraper. I found this at a garage sale, so you can use this as well for heavy duty projects. Also, it's good to have, if you need to remove old finish, is a hand electric sander, and this is when you find one of these inexpensively at a yard sale, that's fine too. Okay, I'm going to put my gloves on and get started with the basic restaining, touching up of this single tree. Now, because it has dust on it, I'm not going to use my good white cloth yet. I'm just going to use this industrial cloth to remove any extra dust, spider webs, Just a dry cloth will do. You don't have to use water. So for this single tray, I see it has already some stain, but it has been weathered. So I'm not. If you still want to strip this, like I said, you can use this refinisher. You can use coarse steel wool, or you can use sandpaper, the coarsest or the medium grade, to remove any extra old stain. But I'm going to leave it as is. And you, for the metal, for the cast iron, you can use stove polish to brighten these up. Okay, so I'm going to use the early American stain. I've already sort of loosened up the top and set that aside. And with my regular 12-inch brush, I'm going to hold this up and dip lightly, brush off any excess stain, and just let it penetrate the wood. It's good to use a flat brush because it can get into tight crevices. Now you see the grain running through the wood. That's how you should brush the stain on. You can hold the project, the wood project. I'm holding the single tree comfortable to my application. Rotating it. See, I'm staining from right to left. You could stain from beginning on this end, from top to bottom as well. Either method is fine. I'm trying not to get the stain on the metal cast iron piece. And you want to cover and protect your work area with newspapers or drop cloth. Try not to splatter. You want to work under ideal weather conditions. You don't want it to be too hot and humid. Nice breeze is good. So we're letting the stain just soak in the wood. Sometimes you do have to work from right to left in order to get into the crevices here, the tight areas. It's best to have protective clothing on. I like to use and wear long sleeves, again to protect the skin. And long pants, preferably old jeans, old shoes, And it's good to also protect the concrete or wood floor that you, in your garage or in your patio, so you won't get any stain drips. So, almost finished. Again, I'm using early American stain based on the vintage antique history of wood making. So, one coat, I like to use the one coat stain. I don't like to use a combination of stain and varnish. There is a difference. I like the more fluid. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm holding on to the cast iron hooks. Make sure I get all the edges and small areas. So, turn it this way. You see I missed a spot here where the stain didn't go quite into the crevices. Turn it one more time this way. Being careful not to drop it on the can of stain. So I could have left this single tree as is, with a shabby farmhouse look, natural weathered look, or touch it up some. And I don't have to make it all perfect. Sometimes it's good to have discoloration. So, I'm going to set my brush down, and for safety purposes, I'm going to put this lid on it temporarily. So, pretty much I'm finished with staining. I'm going to prop this single tree up on my tool so it won't be on the dusty newspaper. We're going to let that dry for at least a couple of hours. I'm going to take my industrial cloth, place it on top of this, and with my screwdriver butt, I'm going to just tap lightly to seal the wood stain. They won't splatter until I need it again. I might want to put an extra coat of stain, but I think I'm not. I'm just going to leave it. I think I like this dark, and it's going to dry a little light. And so, there it is. Pretty much almost the same stain color as the horse Hanes. And later I will darken up, like I said before, darken up the metal pieces, probably with some wood polish, wood stove polish. Thank you. That ends my video. And always clean your brushes and areas. So we're going to let that dry for at least a couple of hours. Thank you.